From time to time, the ocean decides to share its mysteries with us, washing ashore objects that range from the amazing to the chilling. Beaches around the world have become stages for these oceanic rarities, transforming casual walks on the sand into adventures into the unknown. The tooth of a megalodon, an apex predator that became extinct more than 3 million years ago, is often visualized as a colossal version of the modern white shark. Although some thrill-seekers fantasize about their continued existence in the unexplored depths of the ocean, this conflicts with scientific understanding of deep-sea life and its adaptations. The megalodon, whose fossilized teeth are its most famous remains, preferred shallow coastal waters, as evidenced by the fossils we have found, typically alongside marine mammals similar to those hunted by modern white sharks. The disappearance of the megalodon has sparked debate, with factors such as changes in ocean temperature, lack of prey, and the emergence of new predators such as the great white shark all playing a role. The mystery surrounding the megalodon increases with discoveries like the 5-inch tooth found by a 9-year-old girl in Maryland on Christmas 2022. Molly Sampson, a fossil enthusiast, made the find on the shores of Calvert Cliff State Park, along the Chesapeake Bay, an area rich in paleontological history. After taking the tooth to Stephen Godfrey, curator of paleontology at the Calvert Marine Museum, she confirmed its origin, cementing the discovery as an important piece in prehistoric history. Imagine walking on the beach and stumbling upon something that could change your life. This became a reality for Ken Willman during a casual walk with his dog on Lancashire Beach. What attracted his dog's attention and, at first, repelled Ken because of his foul odor, turned out to be a yellow, waxy lump. Initially dismissing the smelly find, curiosity got the best of him. After returning home, a quick internet search revealed that this nasty lump was none other than whale vomit, also known as ambergris. To Ken's amazement, he discovered that this substance was not simply a strange find on the beach, but a valuable wildcard prized by perfumeries throughout Europe. Produced in the digestive system of sperm whales, ambergris serves a crucial function. It protects the whale's intestines from the sharp beaks of squid, its main food source. Contrary to popular belief, ambergris is excreted rather than vomited and can float in the ocean for years before washing ashore. Ken's discovery was a pile of this floating gold, estimated to be worth a staggering $180,000. Ambergris is coveted for its ability to lock fragrances into the skin, making perfumes last longer. A mysterious marine being has perplexed both locals and scientists on the coasts of Cyprus and Spain. These coasts have seen their share of unusual marine strandings, but this recent discovery has raised eyebrows. On a quiet beach in Spain, a passerby came across a beaked whale, impressive for its 6 meters in length. This was not an isolated incident. It marked the third such revelation that week, sparking alarm and curiosity. Beaked whales are known for their elusive nature and typically appear on beaches only once every 5 years, making this series of events even more baffling. The Cyprus government is investigating why 7 beaked whales washed up dead on its coast. This is unusual and suggests a larger environmental problem. Beaked whales typically live far from shore, so finding them stranded is worrying. Experts believe that human-caused underwater noise pollution could be confusing these creatures, causing them to surface too quickly and die. A rotating cannon was discovered on an ordinary day on Dundee Beach, southwest of Darwin in Australia's Northern Territory. A teenager unearthed this cannon, a type of small cannon that experts believe had been resting under the sea for almost 2.5 centuries. This find is notable not only because of the age of the cannon, but because such weaponry was unknown in Australia before the arrival of Captain James Cook in 1770. The bronze cannon, measuring 107 centimeters in length, was revealed during a particularly low tide, hidden until then under the sand. This discovery has excited scientists and historians, including Tim Stone, an Australian researcher, who considers it one of the most important discoveries in northern Australia. Initially it was thought that the cannon could be from the 16th century, related to Portuguese sailors. However, recent analysis suggests that it was lost about 250 years ago, possibly during the sandalwood trade. Indonesian traders used to visit Australian shores in search of sea cucumber. Another theory suggests that the cannon could be from an Indonesian ship wrecked in a storm. Research seeks to determine the type of bronze used to cast the cannon and hopes to provide a clearer understanding of its origin and precise age. An unusual maritime incident caused quite a spectacle off the English coast in 2017 when huge plastic pipes washed up on the beaches of Norfolk. These were no ordinary tubes. They were enormous, with diameters of up to 8 feet and an incredible length of 1,500 feet. They came from a batch that was being shipped from Norway to Algeria for a large construction project. But this is where the story takes a turn worthy of a maritime adventure. A cargo ship collided with the tubes, setting them adrift across the sea. This accidental launch took the tubes on an unexpected journey, ending up scattered on beaches such as Sea Palling and Winterton. Despite their overwhelming size, local authorities quickly assured the public that the tubes were safe and posed no contamination threat. They became an instant attraction. Even children used them as a huge and unexpected seaside park. The task of recovering these giant sea travelers involved a careful process. Each tube was first gathered off the coast and then transported back to Norway. The operation was successful, without a single problem, ensuring that the tube's journey ended as abruptly as it began and that the Norfolk coast returned to its usual state. A football fish would certainly be an amazing experience during a walk on the beach. This deep-sea inhabitant, previously known as an abyssal fish, recently surprised beachgoers in California. Although its eyes are far from those of a science fiction creature, the football fish thrives in the abyssal darkness of the ocean, usually at a depth of around 3,000 feet below the surface. Its appearance on sandy beaches is rare. The Pacific football fish, a variant of the deep-sea fish, is covered in black and has a stout, gelatinous body. Its eyes are tiny, its mouth is wide and full of sharp teeth, and most notable is its luminous lure extending from its head. This bioluminescent lure is used to attract prey, illuminating the dark waters of its deep-sea home. Interestingly, only females possess this shiny appendage and can reach up to 24 inches in length, in stark contrast to the tiny males, which only grow to about 1 inch. The reproductive habits of these fish are as strange as their appearance. The males become parasites, attaching themselves to the females and eventually becoming a permanent part of them, except for their reproductive organs. This peculiar mating strategy is a necessity in the empty vastness of the deep sea, where finding a mate is a formidable challenge. On the beach, driftwood often conjures up images of small weather-worn pieces of wood, not a colossal tree that washed up on the shores of Loch, Washington. The image of a man dwarfed by this gigantic tree might fool you into thinking it's all a matter of perspective. But make no mistake, this tree is genuinely enormous, with a diameter ranging from 5 to 10 feet. It's the kind of natural wonder that attracts photographers and nature lovers alike, eager to capture its grandeur. However, the presence of such a massive piece of driftwood is not without its challenges. Due to its size, the tree takes a significantly long time to decompose naturally, leaving local authorities the task of dealing with this gigantic driftwood crab invasion. At the end of July 2023, an unusual phenomenon occurred on the southern beaches of San Diego, California. All the beaches along the coast were invaded by small red pelagic crabs. In many online videos you can see a large number of crabs invading the beaches. These crabs are small, 2.5 to 7.5 centimeters in size. They typically live in Baja California, Mexico, but sometimes go further north due to warm currents. Scientists are trying to understand why there are so many crabs in California. They say this happens when there are currents of hot water. In 2022, there was a lot of warm water in the ocean between Mexico and Canada, and scientists are trying to understand it, although they haven't had much success. There were similar crab invasion events in 1997 and 2002, all related to warm water. Although it might seem easy to harvest them for dinner, scientists warn that it is not safe as they can contain toxins that are harmful to people. Beach chase. Imagine that you are relaxing peacefully on the beach, enjoying the sunny weather, when suddenly, right before your eyes, a real police chase of a criminal begins. That's exactly what happened to one drone owner who decided to capture the incident from an aerial view. In one video, a man is seen escaping from police into the water, trying to avoid arrest. At first, it seems like he succeeds, but eventually he falls and is arrested. This happened in Venice Beach, Los Angeles. The police had been chasing the criminal, who had committed a robbery, for half an hour. They even chased him in cars, but couldn't catch him. He then reached the beach and continued running in the water to the Santa Monica Pier, but was eventually arrested due to a fall. There was also another incident on the same beach, where a group of drunk youths harassed others and threatened them with beach umbrellas. Fortunately, the police arrived in time and a fight was avoided, in the jaws of a whale. In one of the books of the Old Testament, it is told how the prophet Jonah was swallowed by a whale and remained in its belly for 3 days and 3 nights. 2 American women, Julie McSorley and Liz Cottrell, had a close encounter with a whale in the San Luis Passage on the Pacific coast. While closely watching humpback whales feeding early in the morning, they got too close to a school of fish, which attracted a whale toward their kayak. In a video captured by a drone, the whale is seen emerging from the water and approaching the women's boat. It looked like they were going to be gobbled up, but fortunately they survived. The women mentioned that they tried to walk away quickly, but were unable to avoid the encounter. Rescuers helped them out of the water, and they were not injured. This experience certainly provided them with an exciting story to tell in the future. Dead fish. In June 2023, residents around Bryan Beach witnessed a disturbing scene, and some decided to capture the event. The entire coastline was littered with thousands of dead fish. There were a large number of dead menhaden fish due to several factors, including a rapid increase in water temperature. These fish need a lot of oxygen to live, but when the water exceeds 21 degrees Celsius, there is not enough oxygen and they begin to die. Despite hot summers in Texas, such a large fish die-off has not been seen in a long time. In addition to rising water temperatures, there was a severe drought that made the water on the coast shallower and warmer. The lack of sunlight also decreased oxygen levels in the water, affecting not only menhaden fish, but also rays and other marine animals. Whale leap. Many tourists embark on excursions on the high seas to witness an impressive spectacle, the incredible leaps of humpback whales. The videos show you a huge humpback whale, measuring 13 meters and weighing about 30 tons, jumping and falling into the water, causing a huge splash. These whales are known for being playful and active. They like to hit the water with their fins to create foam and perform vertical jumps and falls. This effort requires a lot of energy, as they must elevate their large body to do these tricks. They achieve this by diving deeply and then accelerating to speeds of up to 30 kilometers per hour. Although they are slower compared to other whales, these jumps are believed to have a purpose. The most accepted theory is that they serve for communication between whales. The sound of the splash travels some distance, letting other whales know they are nearby. Death of the whales. Starting in 2016, more and more photos began to appear online of whales stranded off the east coast of America. Over the past 7 years, 101 dead whales have been found. The high mortality of marine mammals worries NOAA, as it could seriously reduce their population. Scientists investigated and found that many whales die from injuries, such as ship strikes or entanglement in nets, rather than wind farms. Pollution in the oceans, mainly from plastics, is a serious problem. It is estimated that there are more than 5 trillion tons of plastic in the oceans, and the majority is found at the bottom of the sea. A large area of garbage in the Pacific Ocean is dangerous for marine life as animals ingest plastic that looks like food. Industrial carbon is also dumped into the ocean due to poor waste management by companies. Some beaches are full of garbage. Although there are volunteers who try to clean them, the problem persists due to people's lack of care. To solve this, it is vital to dispose of garbage in appropriate places, since human waste takes a long time to decompose. For example, aluminum takes about 200 years, polystyrene at least 80 years, and plastic more than 400 years. Friendly sea lion. The creator of this video managed to capture one of the most endearing moments of this compilation. Ernest and Vyashia Godek decided to enjoy a beautiful September day on their fishing boat. A couple was on their boat in Petter Bay when they saw a pod of orcas. Suddenly, something hit their boat and they were scared. They had never experienced anything like this before. The orcas were getting closer, and suddenly, something jumped out of the water and landed on their boat. They thought it was an orca, but in reality it was a sea lion scared by the orcas and seeking refuge among humans. Although the couple was surprised at first, they later became concerned because their boat was small and couldn't handle more sea lions jumping aboard. Over time, they realized that they were safe and that their presence on the ship could have saved the sea lion. The couple shared some fish with the animals, and eventually the sea lion left, leading to an unusual story with a happy ending.